Welcome, Crafty Friends. Annie Collins here for Pixi Dust Designs. Today, we're going to create this lily card. Let's go over the products. I'm using the Calla Lillies Die Set. This creates two florals, two lilies, and it has 11 pieces. It cuts 12 because one cuts two pieces. One little die cuts the little centers for us. It cuts them both out with one die. So here are the base for our lilies, and I'm sure my camera's picking it up, but it lets you know, there's indentation lines to let you know where to place everything. So you cut that from your dark green for your stem, and you place your lily, and on the lily, on that little white piece, it also indicates where all the layers go. Super easy. I'm going to create this card. Here's my card base. This is 4¼ by 6, so it's a little bit larger size. I have an embossed panel, a shimmering gold, a black panel, and my sentiment, and some gold embellishments. I'm going to set that to the side so we can get started. Going to zoom in a bit so you can see better what I'm doing. So here are all the components for our lilies. Again, this cuts uh, two lilies. There are 11 die pieces and it cuts 12. I'm going to do a little inking on our yellow, on our lilies, a little bit of yellow. So I'm going to move everything out of our way so that I can just start with the little lily uh, buds here. I don't know what to call it here. The little cups here. I'm just going to ink the bottom just a little bit. Add a little bit of yellow. You can do yellow, you can do a pale gray. It's up to you. Lilies are white. Well, they come in a variety of colors, actually. But I'm going to do these white. But I'm going to add that little hint of yellow. And what I do here is I line up to make sure which one is my base layer, because it tells you this one goes first and this one, the next one. I want to add a little bit of the yellow to the base layer and keep the other one white so it pops. All right, so I'm going to grab all the pieces, put my ink away so that we can build each little lily topper here. So I'm going to bring in some liquid adhesive and my embellishment wand. I'm going to start with the center first. So I put a little drop of glue and the little center, the stamen. Now I cut my stamen from some gold shimmer cardstock. You can use plain yellow cardstock or white cardstock and ink it up. It's up to you. And then I adhere the next layer exactly where it tells me to place it. It's almost like a puzzle. It has the indication lines. You adhere it to the where it tells you to place it. So I'm going to place this last little piece here, line it up. Once it's lined up, I know that that lily is complete. Press that. There we go. Clean it up a little bit. And that one's done. And I repeat the process with the other one. Always start with the center because it's the easiest one to build out. So from the center out, place that one in there. Then the back layer. And then we'll finish it off with our top layer. Super easy, super quick. You can, do just like I did, just two or multiple of these on a card would be so pretty uh to send to someone. So pretty. Okay, so we're gonna adhere this last little piece. And now the two lily toppers are ready. I'm going to adhere these to the appropriate um bases here. You can look at them and know if they match, adhere them. So I'm going to place that one there. And you don't need that much glue. I'm an over gluer. I know. I'm sorry, but I am. Okay, so I'm going to adhere the next one. Now I cut all these from dark green because it makes it easier for the stems there. But I have a lighter green for our leaves, which will adhere now. You don't have to make it a different tone. You can leave it tone on tone, like the same green, or you can cut a lighter green like I did, and you can add some ink on the leaves. I should have done that, but didn't think about it until right now. And that would add nice texture and gradient to your leaves. So you adhere the leaves onto the leaf area, and now your lilies are ready to add to your card. There we go, all set. I'm going to set those to the side for a second and bring in the rest of the components to our card. going to adhere this embossed layer. Now, I use an embossing folder from my stash, and I'm just going to adhere that to our card base. There we go. And my card base is like a pale gray. I went with pale gray. You could go white on white, whatever your desire. And then I have some label dies here from my stash. I cut one from the same shimmer cardstock that I use for the stamen and one from black. This is where our lilies will live. This is like a little home base for our lilies. So I'm going to get those, and then I'm going to adhere these to our base. Now I'm going to take an acrylic block and place it on top of my card for a second so that these can adhere. Reason why I'm doing this is because I have a slick cardstock, which is the shimmer cardstock, on a very textured cardstock, which is my embossed panel. So it's going to need a minute to catch. While that's being, you know, setting, I'm going to put some foam adhesive behind my sentiment, which I stamped onto a piece of the same shimmer cardstock and die cut out. I am going to put foam tabs on the back of my lilies here. So before I attach everything to my card base here, I am going to create some splatters, some gold splatter. So I'm going to use Sheer Shimmer Craft Spray. I know that's a tongue twister there in gold. And I'm just going to add some splatter. I'm just going to go for it. I keep adding until I like it, making sure I hit the top layers as well as the base layer. So the embossed area. I'm not even going to let it dry. If you don't like working on a wet surface, you can heat set it or allow it to dry. But it doesn't bother me, so I'm going to go ahead and adhere my lilies directly to this panel. Press it in place, and there we go. I just put liquid adhesive on the stem, and there we go. Because we have those foam tabs on top. And I'm going to cross them over, the shorter one over the taller one, making sure to tuck this leaf there. And then I'll just hold it for a second, give it a second to catch, place my sentiment, and you can call it done here. You have enough shimmer between the labels and the splatter, but I'm going to add a few gold gems just to bring that one more layer. So I place them all around the lily so your eye moves all around them. So once I get those done, our card will be complete. I have one more to go right there. I'm looking for just the one. Sorry for my head peeking through. Didn't realize I had leaned over so much. Okay, and now our card is complete. So pretty. Don't forget you can make these lilies in a variety of colors. Again, we're using the Calla Lillies. This cuts 11. You have 11 dies, but it cuts 12 pieces because you have your center. That's one die that cuts twice. I will have this linked in the description box below for you for easy access shopping. Thank you for being here. Here's a look at our card. I hope you found some inspiration.